Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. So 172. Vayunaniyate meghaha punaste naivaniyate. Vayunaniyate meghaha punaste naivaniyate. Manasa kalpyate bandhaha mokshaste naiva kalpate. Manasa kalpyate bandhaha mokshaste naiva kalpyate. The wind gathers the clouds together and wind itself scatters them. So too the mind is responsible for bondage and also for liberation. Now we will do word for word. Vayuna. So 171 we completed yesterday. Acha. Oh, 171 also. It's remaining. In 121 number sloka, if you can remember, Sarva Prakara Pramiti Prashantihi Bijatmana Vasthiti Buddhehe Susupti Retasya Kila Pratitihi Kinchinna Vedmeti Jagat Prasidhya. This the mind remains in a subtle seed like form in deep sleep, which is the state of complete cessation of all kinds of perceptions. Indeed, the universal experience in this state is, I did not know anything. In Tattva Bodha also we got Aham Kimapi Najanami Sukhena Maya Nidra Apuyate. I don't know anything else. मुझे कुछ पता नहीं. I slept. So this sort of sleep is called Susupti, you know. That happens for me when at 4:30 after waking up, taking bath, when I finish my Japan. So before the class, I always take a nap. And I have seen my Acharya also, so he used to get up at 3:30, 3:45. And before coming to class, he used to take a nap. And I've seen Guruji also. So it's nap, it's not nap. For me, for them, they are gurus. It's a deep, deep, deep susupti. Because you know, the mind is absolutely cool, calm and cool. Because first the environment, the morning environment. The second thing is the power of mantra, you know. The japa itself is like sushupti. No shatteredness, nothing else. And I will come that how the things, how the mind will be detached, how the dhyana is possible. When we were student of class 7 or 8 in Sanskrit, there was a story. So the gist is, if you tell your mind the reality, the mind will be soaked into that. If it is real, means Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya. And then all the texts we study, it's better to remember the slokas, but it's not possible for all of us. But the gist we can remember, that what our acharyas told. If we start thinking, and come to know the actuality of the Jagat, and it's nothing, then ultimately that the seed of uh, attachment will be roasted in the heat of knowledge. It happens by the grace of Guru and by the grace of our own self. It happens. Then it's an absolute fun. You will be in everywhere. You can be in a marriage party. You can be in movie hall. Why I'm telling all those places? Because they think this is the extreme point of bhoga. You may be there, but and your mind know who are you, who are them, and there is no connection between you and everything else. It's not the sign of exhibition that people will come, people will prostrate. Oh my God, you have realized. No, realization is absolutely inside matter. So wherever you are, but this is not the litmus. The litmus is whenever the turbulent situation will come into our mind. If you are same, steady and still, then you can think that you are gradually growing. You are gradually growing spiritually. Because sometimes spiritual people, give the excuses when they are in extreme hope. What is there? I am absolutely detached and all those things. This excuse is actually real fact or not. You can understand yourself when you will be in turbulent situation. If your mind is in the same position, then you can understand that yes, your Sravanam, Mananam and Nididhyasanam is in the right pace, right path. Sukheshu Anudvignamana, Dukheshu Anudvignamana, Sukheshu Vigataspriha. So that should be there. And Samatvam Yoga Uchate, that mind will be always in the balanced condition. You know who the player of cycle, motorcycle, you will see they do so many things. Just 2, 3 days back, someone sent me a video. One person was abandoned by everyone else. He had only one bike, and that bike is his samsara. While he is riding the bike, he is taking bath, means he is shaving, he is eating, the bike is moving on. Means think about his mental condition. He is, because if his mind goes anywhere else, he will fall down. Whatever he does, everything, believe me, he is taking the tub of water and people are supplying him. He is taking shower. He is just mopping and everything else. Then he's changing his clothes. The bike is on. It's moving. Means he is always in a balanced condition. I enjoyed the thing, but I started thinking, this is samsara. After waking up, we do a lot of things. Otherwise we make tea or make teas for others or for myself, or we enjoy teas, then studying, getting ready for the office, eating, dealing with the clients. If we think that we are in that cycle or bike, at any point of time, if we lose our that manasthiti, that who am I and what is the Jagat and what is the relationship between Jiva, me and Jagat, I will fall down. And people will clap. So the thing is that balanced mind is needed. You know why the example of Sushupti? To indulge you for dhyana. That how sukhi you were in Sushupti Kale. And that sukham is not 1/100th of dhyana sukha. It's like the trailer, before coming the movie, there is trailer that this thing is coming. We get interested. Oh my God, we will come in the next movie. We must. That nice movie is coming. So sleep is as if a gifted glimpse, gifted trailer for us from Bhagavan to indulge us for doing dhyana. Now, yesterday we discussed about space-time continuum. And what Gurudev has told, that also we have discussed. Now, Vayuna Meghaha Aniyate. So, Vayuna is Vayu ke द्वारा. मेघ को बुलाया जाता है. मेघः आनीयते. मेघ के आना है. पुनः again Tena eva niyate. अपसारित भी होता है. See, niyate aniyate. It's like इसो जाओ. हरि धातु से हरि भी होता है. भगवान हरि is from हरि धातु. So री धातु से आहार होता है, विहार होता है. विहार मतलब और प्रहार भी होता है. तो it's like this is the beauty of prefix. So Megha Aniyate. The clouds are brought by whom? Through air. And the cloud is sent back also. How? By the air. Bandhaha manasa kalpyate tenaiva mokshaha kalpyate. What a wonderful thought process. The concept of bondage is the imagination of mind, and the concept of liberation also is the concept of mind. You know, Atma is Nitya Mukta. भगवान की तपस्या किए हैं, भगवान तुष्ट हुआ है. क्यों? या कुछ मांगने के लिए तपस्या की. क्या मांगने के लिए? Nothing else. I want my head. भगवान आ गया. Why do you need your head? Now, I can see everyone's head, but I can't see mine. Bhagwan just brought one mirror and showed, see, you have also one head. So I don't have head. This is an imagination. I want head. This is also an imagination. मैं संसारी हूँ स्वामी जी. आप जो बोल रहे हैं ठीक है, आप तो सन्यासी है, आश्रम में रहते, आपका क्या चिंता. लेकिन आप जानते नहीं स्वामी जी संसारी का क्या हालत है. The concept that I am samsari, I am bandha, it's your mere imagination. And I will be mukta. Nobody knows. If you ask, whoever complains, যারা যারা আপনাদের সামনে কম ভাই আর পাচ্ছি না, সংসারের জোয়াল টানতে টানতে এই সারাটা জীবন ধরে আমি তো শেষ, আর ভগবানকে বলি ভগবান মুক্তি দাও. You please ask them, each and everyone, what do you mean by mukti? They know mukti means mrityu, maximum, or সংসার থেকে মুক্তি দাও. Good. Start asking the further questions. People that don't know what is mukti. It's their mere imagination. Clear? What Gurudev is writing, The clouds are brought together by the wind and they get scattered again by the same agency, the wind. By the mind, one considers oneself limited, mortal, and bound. When the mind brings the clouds together, the ever brilliant sun is not seen. Ghanachanna marka, ghanachanna drishtihi. When the piece of cloud, the small piece of cloud, covers my vision, I think that cloud has covered the sun, isn't it? So, when the mind brings the storms of its agitations into the bosom, the resplendent Atma is not readily recognized. When the agitations are reduced and the same mind is turned towards subjective realization, all the sense of limitation and bondage end. Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji kuch choda nahi. What is the sayings of Ayurveda about ourselves? Do you know? Ayurveda says a man is naturally cured and healthy. মানুষ স্বাভাবিকভাবে সুস্থ নিরোগ. There is no disease. This is the famous sayings of Ayurveda. That there is no ill health, no sickness, no unhealthiness for a man. And that is his natural condition. এটাই স্বাভাবিক অবস্থা. But because of some external influence or because of our lifestyle problem, lifestyle means not only food, even the thinking process, absurd thinking process. And because of that, people are not only disturbed, they disturb others also. Suppose in the class, someone has come and our staff has their own duty, in the morning, each and every one they have. So if we constantly knock them, that Swamiji knows that I have come, Swamiji knows that I have. So wait, no peace of mind, no steadiness. They are agitated by them and they disturb others also. They are learned. They have learned a lot, studied a lot. But like in Rabindranath's one poem was there, that if the parrot is only start eating the page after page, it will lose its life. So the thing is, we should think for our each and every conduct, whether others are getting disturbed or not. Our life will be absolutely changed. Maybe I am 40, maybe I am 70, maybe I am 80. At least this much we can do now. That I am doing these things, whether through my this conduct, people wouldn't be disturbed now. Okay, I am disturbed. Let it be with the mind. But I should not spread it out. But some people are there, yesterday in Gita class I did told, that is the problem, not problem. जो सुखी व्यक्ति है वो सुख फैलाना चाहते हैं और दुखी व्यक्ति दुख फैलाना चाहते हैं। सुखी व्यक्ति के जीवन में जितना भी प्रॉब्लम आए, he just overlook the things. One movie I can remember what I saw at least 30, 35 years back, but still I can remember. It's written by a famous writer, and the name of the movie is Agnishwar. So he attended the public meeting, what he promised, little 15 minutes later, because he completed the final rites for his wife. So there is no excuse. It's my problem. Why should I spread it to others? My personal problem should be engulfed by me. Do you know how? See, each and every person has the problem. Even for the Swamis. You have no idea. Sometimes a Swami's problem is much, much bigger than samsara. Please believe in me, my word. So it's chalta hi rahega. Whenever he will be in the Vyasapit, should forgive, because why should I spread my problem to you? Just ask, may I spread some sugandh to the society? So that should be the thing. So जीवन यात्रा के दौरान हमारा we feel sickness, we feel and the thing is, so according to Ayurveda, we are naturally without any diseases, and this is the natural condition of that. And because of our wrong conducts, we do like that. And what is the work of the medicine? Medicine just removes those things, and we regain the health again. That is the treatment policy and plan for the Ayurveda. Whenever we are covered by our mind, we can't see our Swarupa. We can't visualize our Swarupa. ज्ञान सूर्य के द्वारा, ज्ञान वायु के द्वारा, যখন মন মেঘ মুক্ত হয়, जब मेघ मुक्त हो जाता है. We are in the same condition. Moksha means regain our natural habitat. Moksha means to recognize our intrinsic nature. That is peace, peace and peace. Eternal bliss. Clear? देहादि सर्व विषये परिकल्प्य रागम बध्नाति तेन पुरुषं पशुवत् गुणेन. देहादि सर्व विषये परिकल्प्य रागम बध्नाति तेन पुरुषं पशुवत् गुणेन. वैरस्यमत्र विषवत् सुविधाय पश्चादेनम् विमोचयति तन्मन एव बन्धात्. वैरस्यमत्र विषवत् सुविधाय पश्चादेन विमोचयति तन्मन एव बन्धात्. Or we can break in that way. Dehadi sarva vishaye parikalpya ragam. The same tune. Okay. The mind causes man's attachment for the body and the sense objects. These attachments bind him like an animal that is bound by ropes. Thereafter, the same mind creates distaste for the very same sense objects as though they were poison and liberates man from his bondage. Tat manaha eva, wahi man shaimoni dehadi sarva vishaya. Dehadi sarva vishaya means आदि शब्द बहुत डेंजरस है. देह मतलब देह इंद्रिय और उनका विषय. So देहादि सर्व विषय मतलब देह इंद्रिय and रूप रस शब्द स्पर्श रूप रस गंध. Everything has been covered in this word. Then ragam. Ragam means anuragam, priti. I am having attachment, liking. That is called ragam, priti. Parikalpya, उत्पादन करके तीन गुणेन पशुवत पुरुषम बध्नाति. Tena gunena. Gunena means two. I will come. Here you see, here you first understand guna means the rope. So by that rope of my likings and disliking. Here raga means it includes two, anurag and vitaraga. Vitaraga is not the parallel word over here of virakta. Vitaraga means he doesn't give me pleasure. She always disturbs me. I will not talk to him. I will not see her. So this is called, vitaraga. Out of sense pleasure only, that dispassion comes, not with the correct understanding. Because samau satrecha mitrecha, जो मैन ऑफ रियलाइजेशन, उनका पूरा जगत के लिए वितराग है, dispassion, and each and every one is dear to him. But here ragam means anuraga and vitaraga. उस अनुराग वितराग जो मन की कल्पना है, उसी रज्जु से तेन गुणेन पशुवत पुरुषम वदनाति. आप देखा ये हाउ पीपल rope their pet, rope or cage their pet. Likewise, we bound or we bind ourselves. But how that bondage is, if you physically bind someone else, then you can release him physically. But if the bondage is mental, a person, a small boy, started thinking that I am a rat. And he started doing everything else like a rat. He used to take shelter under the bed and, behind the almirah, because he started thinking that I am a rat. Then his parents consulted a psychiatrist, and with a few months counseling, the boy was absolutely fit and fine. And the parents were very happy. But suddenly one day, that boy heard the sound of a cat, meow, and where? In the television. And he started doing again the old thing, started to hide himself under the bed behind the almirah. Parents are, you were convinced. Yes. Then why are you doing so? He told, but the cat doesn't know that I have become a human being. The cat still thinks that I am a rat. So all that mana kalpana, vichitra kalpana, we are bound in various ways. Don't think that it is the problem of the book or something like that. You start doing self-introspection. How we are bound. We are bound by our superstitions also. Swamiji, we have seen, if we start opening our refrigerator with the left hand, these things happens. At the time of stepping out, coming, if I see that person's face, you don't know, oh my God, my day become horrible. अरे उनको देखने से पहले आप खुद को दिखा है आईना में. We are bound by our own superstitions also. Isn't it or not? No need to reply me. it will be dangerous. You reply yourself. So, पश्चात, पश्चात means फिर से वो मन ही, in other time, अत्र विषवत वैरस्यम सुविधाय. Atra means not here. Atra means in all such events, in all such matter, Vishavat, like the poison, Vairasyam, Apriti, त्याग करने की इच्छा, वैरस्यम, सुविधाय, उत्पन्न करके, एनम, इसी जीव को बंधात विमोचयति. So, how a mind releases others in this way. And Gurudev is telling very interesting. From the standpoint of the mind, the body, the sense organs, and the objects of the world are all objects. Not only the mind projects all these, but also having projected them, it creates an attachment in man for these objects. Sangat sanjayate kamaha kamaha. So sangat sanjayate kama. Same thing, same concept. By this attachment, he gets bound and becomes limited and sorrowful. Thus, the Atma, the self, apparently tied down, is the Jiva, the individuality, its freedom all gone. It lives as an object, slave of the mind. Yeah. So, mind is the best servant. Mind is the best servant, but the worst master. Always remember that. So on account of the attachment for objects thus created, the individual gets bound like cattle with a rope. The properties of sattva, rajas, and tamas bind the individual. Clear? So guna means sattva, raja, tama. Guna means the samskara also. Okay. Always remember that. Though the infinite heavens invite the bird to fly free and enjoy, it does not leave the mirror in the veranda because of the attachment it has created for its own reflection in the mirror. Nobody wants to leave the object of his attachment and liking. আমাদের পছন্দের ব্যক্তি বস্তুকে আমরা মোটেও ছাড়তে চাই না. When an animal is tied down with a rope, it has a limited freedom commensurate with the length of the rope. Similarly, when the infinite consciousness is apparently bound by the guna, it seems to have lost its omnipotency and omnisciency and becomes limited jiva. But this individuality also has a limited freedom ordered by the proportion of its gunas. These attachment and bondage are created by the mind alone. The same mind is useful to liberate the jiva from this bondage, that it may revert to its original nature, the pristine glory of divine omnisciency and omnipotency. So, what is the conclusion? After being bound to the world of objects, liberation comes to man only when he gets rid of his meaningless fascination for the sense objects. Freedom lies in not depending upon the sense objects for one's inner happiness. This dependency can be overcome only when dispassion, vairagya, for the sense objects. The next line is very, very important. Please mark it. This passion for a thing will develop only when one finds that the object no more gives one any joy. How that things will be developed inside in this way. If the idea that the joy content is not in the object outside is firmly established in one's understanding, then one is immediately released from all one's personality bondages. This vairagya, this dispassion is brought about by the mind alone. Nobody in the world has attachment for poison. Nobody longs to take a pinch of potassium cyanide when one finds no taste in an object. No more is there any attraction or raga towards it. So lack of taste or rasa creates desirelessness, that is called vairagya. So by understanding that there is no real taste in the object, the mind frees us completely from the persecution of the world of plurality. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari